Hello everyone, welcome back to Of Bricks and Dragons. Today we have a General Gems Lego set. So this is the Chemical Plant Natural Gas set. So this is a very good set to go with the train tracks. It looks like we have an Octane train car in the background as well as everything else here. There are no figures. So this is the first time I've ever had a General Gem set that I'm aware of. I know I've gotten some other off-brand sets and stuff like that in the past, but this is the first time I actively know that this is a General Gem. I think I might have gotten a couple figures or something like that in the past, but I'm not 100% certain. So we're going to open this up. We'll get it together. We'll see how this looks. I am kind of excited for this. Having a code and everything else here, that's interesting. Like I said, that really reaffirms that I have not done one of theirs before. So we'll see how this is, how it stacks up, and what my views are here. I'll put that in the background. Probably don't, no. Okay. I'm kind of high up here, so trying to get it so hopefully you can see everything I'm doing. We will fast forward through the construction here. So let's open this up and let's see what this looks like in comparison to what we're used to with our Legos. Okay, looks like there is some track, which does make some sense. Alright. Our bag of bags. Now this does have a set one. We have a couple plates, a couple track pieces, some lines here. I think I'm going to have to get a different camera because this just does not seem like it's doing as good. And oddly enough, we do have two figures. Now it said that there weren't any figures in here, but there looked to be two figures. So So from the get-go, we have a bag one and a bag two. So let's just kind of flip through this so everyone can kind of see how they lay theirs out in comparison here. Looking at it, just kind of flipping through, it looks like it's done pretty good. We will have to see how things go, how long it really takes me. We do have stickers here. So, and much like Lego, this shows bag one, all the other parts we're going to need, and we'll go from there. From here, you're going to kind of hear me kind of stop talking so I can start putting this together. And I'll speed us through and we'll get it together. We'll see how this goes. I might adjust the camera a little bit more, maybe angling out a little bit. I really wanted everyone to see how this kind of looks being all spread out here. It's off screen. Okay. So we'll kind of go from there. Why don't we get the figures together? Because I want to see if how they match up to our Legos. We got one bag. Then we got a second bag. Alright. Okay, so looking at them, the print style is done much like a regular Lego is. It shows like an undershirt, a regular button-down shirt, and some sort of vest jacket or so that's on top of that. Get his arms on here. On the back we do have like his collar. There is a little bit of print like for a belt or so. So that's kind of interesting. And of course, no, he's only got the one face on here, but he's kind of rocking that goatee. I don't think it matters as to which one gets what, but give him the orange hat. Looks pretty good. Everything seems like it's a pretty good standard character. And then we have, I'm going to guess that this is our younger, newer assistant maybe. Now he's got a logo on the back. Still only one face. Arms snap in pretty decent. Alright, and he's got gloves on. Now, this is an interesting thing, because looking at the ball cap, it actually kind of comes in here, and you see the lines here for the ball cap. So we actually have the 6 lines here for the ball cap. Let's look at the other one, and this is done the same way. So this is done like it is an actual ball cap. So, and of course we have a radio and we have a wrench. So we'll set those off to the side, and then we're going to get building here, and we'll go from there. All right, so now we're done. So looking at everything, trying to get everything all set. I did not get the last bit of stickers on here, so I'll talk this through while I get the stickers on, the pros and the cons and everything else here. So all in all, it looks really good. I'm not going to sit here and say it's horrible. There are a couple issues I see in here, and I will tell you what they are. First of all, seeing that I already have this out here, let me just kind of say about our train car. Now, typically on a train car of this size, we would actually have, oops, there we are. Yeah, our trucks would actually have a swivel joint here. So we do not have a swivel joint. So as far as actually using this on a regular train track, I don't think that's going to happen here. I mean, you could try it, but I just don't think it's really going to work out very well. I'm not a fan of how these are sitting in here. The railings, we're missing a couple pieces. It's not a major deal, but this rail, that rail piece here, and I don't know how well you can see this rod here is a little on the flimsier side. So not the best here. Let me flip this around and I'll put the stickers on this side here. So there's that. In all, it's not a bad looking set. It does look really good. I think it has a couple shortcomings here and there that may have to be addressed at some point. Okay, I got the stickers. There we are. Okay. Mainly, like I said, our trucks, the wheels seem like they're going to roll really nice. I kind of spun those a little bit. Going through this real quickly, I don't know how well you're going to see it. I did spin them, so it seems like they're running really good. And it does roll really nice. So I'd love to keep the wheels. The only thing is I just don't know, because these are going to have to swing in order to stay on the track, because without them being able to swivel, that's just not going to work. So I'm not a big fan of how little this is actually connected to the rest. Now perhaps I could do, no, that's not something that's available. I was just kind of wondering if there's a way I could kind of put this in here and have that kind of bricked in, but it just doesn't seem like that's a possibility there. So as far as that goes, that's just not going to happen, and I don't have very many of those left over from here. So that regard, not really the best. I mean, it looks good just sitting here. That's not going to be a problem. As an adult, for me to have this, it's not going to be a big deal, because for the most part it'll just sit here, and I could actually put a couple pieces here, so this just sits here as an off track, just seeing, hey, it's there, whatever. If you actually wanted this to go around, you're going to have to get some different trucks for sure. The build wasn't too bad. Let's see, the one side here is a little on the weaker side because it's barely held in there. I think if I had some other pieces that kind of brick that together a little bit better, maybe that would work better. Maybe in the future I might do that. There again, for me, because it'll sit here more as a model. Let me take this off so I can spin this around and I'm not messing up the rest of it. Now, the track here isn't bad. You will have to have that raised up. So because this is 2 plates up, so whatever you do, you're going to have that raised up and then go down if you're already on flat ground. So you will have to kind of slope that down a little bit. We have plenty of barrels, tanks, and all that stuff. This does look very nice. I'm not bashing any of this. I don't know exactly what I'm going to need this for, outside of if it's connected to a truck. And that might be, perhaps maybe I have another set that'll be out here. We'll work on that. This is not really bricked in here as good as I'd like. So that will have to be something I take care of in the future. I will get an extra piece or so because this just sits here. So if you put any weight, you can accidentally knock that off. I'm not a big fan of that. That's the the nook and the cranny of it all. Okay, because like I said, there's nothing underneath here to hold it together. I think I have some pieces I could probably do that without a major deal. It looks like everything should work going through. I mean, I could easily put him here. Yeah, see, now I'm not even trying to do that. That is not my intention. So I don't want to break this. It's a nice set. It really is. I'm not trying to bash it. I'm just trying to say, here it is for what it is. Come on, guys. All right, now we got them in there. This seems a little on the wobbly side, trying to get a figure in here. And then this has just the 3 pieces here, and they're right in the middle. I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. If you have kids that are constantly going in here, this might knock off after a little while. So you may want to redo this a little bit so it's a little sturdier. But otherwise, I think it's okay. It's a little different for a build. I don't know if Lego themselves have ever done any of that. It does look very nice here because we have the different valves for filling up different containers, different types of gases and all that stuff, plus like an overflow or whatever. I don't know all that much about gas companies, so I mean, it looks very nice. I don't have any issue with this. It's just a couple minor spots here and there, just to try and say, hey, could this be done a little bit better? This is up a little bit. Maybe if we went just up a little bit, which this would give us enough room to go up one more, come out, and have another guide rail or something like that over here. That's a possibility. But it's not a major deal. It's just a minor detail to me. Because I am used to when Lego does things, it is fairly robust. And I know that when I've done some of mine, the first time through it may not be very robust. It might be a little on a but then afterwards I'll re-engineer it and I will try to get it a little bit more robust or so, especially if it's something I intend to play with, to do like a set or something, like if I'm doing it for a comic or whatever and I know I'm going to be going back and forth, I might want to make sure it's a little bit more robust so that way I don't just snap things off when I'm not intending to. And if you've seen my videos, there's plenty of times I have no intention of popping pieces off, and I do, just like I did that one. I was not intending to do that. I'm not trying to bash it. It is a very nice looking set. I do have another one to put together. It's not this set, it's another one that complements this, so in that regard it's pretty good. This piece here, I did have to trim this down a little bit. That bar piece was a little too long, so in that regards I did trim it down. It wasn't a big deal. And you could barely see, and I had like 3 of these. It's very, very minor that I trimmed it down. It really went up, and you could see it's kind of still bowing a little bit, but it's very minor, not something to really worry about, in my mind at least. The track here, I think the track is pretty decent. I don't have any issues with the track. I think all this works out really nice. It is in here pretty good. These might want to, if you're running this for a regular track, you may want to have these up until you need them down. Again, I'm still trying to figure this one out a little bit. Maybe it's for a truck that you can kind of go down and fill up a truck or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get to there. But otherwise, it is a really nice set. I really do like it. I think the figures had looked really good. We already looked at those. I think this gives a lot of possibilities for play for kids. for an adult, for a set that's going to be more of a showpiece, just to have out there as a static thing or whatever, especially to say, all right, well, I'm going to have the train sit here. This should really be on a spur. And with this being on a spur, maybe it just comes out here. Maybe you have a couple extra cars. Like, for me, I have those, I have the wood cars. So maybe I would put this as a spur with the wood cars here, and then they would just stay there static because those wood cars have really crummy wheels and they don't move very well. This does have some nice wheels, but it's just, you need that pivoting that our longer cars typically have. Without that, I just don't see this really making the corners very well. This is bricked in. It is locked down in 2 different spots. It wobbles a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I don't know how you'd get it fastened in there any more than what it is. And as you can see, I can pick it up there, so it is in there pretty good. If it's something that does bother you, you might want to put maybe a little paper or something in here, or something just so it doesn't wobble. I don't know. But all in all, I will say this does seem like a fairly good set. It's taken me a little bit of time trying to put it together. The instructions are pretty good. But as you did see, I have to dump out quite a few pieces, where Lego always does a very nice, they give you a small amount of pieces to kind of dig through, and then you have, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 15, group 16, whatever it is. So you only have a small pool of pieces to try and work around. And I will always commend Lego for that, because it makes it very nice to figure out what pieces you're going for in that regard. This just does not want to stay down there. Okay. But all in all, I will say that this is a fairly decent set. I want to say it was like $45 for it, which is a little higher on my price line, but being for the trains and all that, I think it was pretty good. So this is the set that we have. This is another one that I have picked up, so that's sitting over there, and it looks like it goes with this one. So maybe at some point I'll have to pick that up. This set was a more expensive set than this one, so as you're looking at it, we'll get this one put together here sometime soon. We will get our truck. They have the same color as the Octane, but they have their own LNG or whatever, so that way they don't have copyright issues or whatever, which is fine. See, and they show like Octane here. So I don't know what we're going to have on our truck. Maybe we will have our... No, this is LNG here, Octane there, so maybe our truck will have Octane on it. We'll have to wait and see. Having this for the solar panels for a little extra, doing our lighting and all that works pretty good for me. I don't mind the pretend play here. And we'll just go from there. Oh, yeah, okay. So on the other side, it shows our truck. If you're going to go down, like you're filling up the truck. That's one of the questions I was having. So we'll get this next one together sometime soon, and we'll go on from there. And I have no place for this at the moment, but we'll figure something out, and we'll see what else we can do. But this is a general gym, so this is the first time doing a general gym. I know that they do quite a bit of military stuff. We'll have to see if we get anything from them in the future. But, see, and that's why I like my little bases. All right. But for now, it's a pretty decent set. I don't have any major issues. I think the things that I'm complaining about are more minor things. Maybe a couple little changes here and there might fix everything. Not a big deal. But all in all, a pretty decent set. Like I said, I do have some slight issues with it, especially if you're giving it to kids. It will take them a while, and you see me kind of fumbling with things. I did grab the wrong piece up here compared to our beams right here for trying to climb up here. That's on me. But it's all right, especially for an adult. I think it's better suited for adults than it is for kids, But if you do get it for a teenager in that, I think that they would be happy with it. If you're sitting there seeing someone about 7 or 8, that might not work out very well for them. So just keeping that in mind. I know it says 8+. I just don't know if 8-year-old is really going to like this. I think it might be, especially trying to put this together, that might get a little too flimsy or whatever, and they may have a rougher time, depending on how well your child is on that. But definitely for the adults or the older teens, I think this works out really good. So thank you for stopping by and seeing what we all had. I'll see you in the next video.